So I talked to Tyron Woodley on Monday, and he told me that he was getting text messages from you that said, "Hey man, I can finally help you out for a camp. You're not fighting a lanky karate guy anymore.
Yeah,
you could be fighting a good catch wrestler, a chain wrestler, in Damian Maia. So what do you think you can help Woodley out with, and do you think that that's going to be his next fight?"
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be his next fight. I mean, it sure doesn't look like Diaz. He's talking about Diaz or St. Pierre, but it sure does not appear that that's going to be the case. So I think Maia's the obvious one, and Maia just shoots and shoots and shoots. And I actually kind of appreciate Maia's style, because one of these guys that doesn't try to fake it, right? He doesn't try to fake that he's kind of lost his way in the middle of his career, where he thought he was going to be a striker, he thought he had to strike, and then he remembered who he was, and he just started doing who he was. And that's what made all the difference, and that's why I've seen this huge career turnaround for him.
How is it that everyone knows what Maia's going to do, and once he gets a hold of you, and once he gets into you, and it's very hard to detach yourself from him. But like you said, he's not a guy who's necessarily disguising his shots all that well, especially in the second and third rounds. He tends to tire a little bit. How is he able to still be successful at something like that when guys know it's coming? He's tired. He doesn't disguise it. How does he continue to get these takedowns in the later rounds?
I mean, you know how he chains that together. It's pretty fascinating, right? He does this, it's kind of like a three-piece series. It's kind of like a three-piece series between the single leg, the half-guard sweep, and then he does kind of like this underhook, push him into the fence type of deal. And so it's like once he gets underneath you, he's so clingy, he's so hard to get off of you. And so, what he does is, and obviously Masvidal was exhausted also. And Masvidal did not deal with the exhaustion as good as Maia did. I told one of my friends yesterday, I said, I could literally, I don't have the fight in front of me, I could literally tell you the moment in the second round, to the second, when Masvidal got this look on his face, he said, F it, I'm giving up the takedown. I don't really give a damn anymore. And he just stopped fighting, right? And so Damian Maia imposes his will to the point where Masvidal just stopped fighting. He was just so tired, he stopped fighting. He said, F it, I'm just going to be on bottom. I may have won this round, we'll see. And so I think that three-piece combo between the single leg, the half-guard series, and then kind of like the underhook, push him into the fence, between that and just the pace he keeps, man, it's tough to stop. Because the other thing is, and I know this, my fighting style is like, you can't pressure into him hard, because if you pressure into him hard, well, then he's going to take you down. So, when he's kind of taking his rest and keeping some distance from Masvidal, and Masvidal landing maybe a few leg kicks or something, but Masvidal doesn't want to engage that bad, because he knows if he engages that bad, then he's going to get taken down, right? So it's like, for Masvidal, it's really, 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 really is a double-edged sword.
Do you feel for your boy Woodley a little bit? Because as we all know, and I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb here, his last title fight was not the most exhilarating. It was not the most entertaining. And now he's going to be, as long as this fight gets booked, which I'm in agreement with you that it will be, he's going to be fighting Maia. Is there any way that this can be a real fan-friendly, entertaining fight? Or is Woodley kind of in a position again where it's like, you know what, just win, accept the boos, but get it done however you can? I mean, is that sort of how you look at this for him?
Well, I think he's willing to do that, but you know what? And obviously, I know Andre Galvao is not the wrestler that Damian Maia is. But if you remember when Tyron fought Andre Galvao, it was a really quick night, because once Galvao realized he had no chance of getting the takedown or getting on top, he kind of panicked, and Tyron was able to land some hard shots and end the fight. And the one thing we do know about Tyron, which is not the same as Masvidal and probably not the same as anyone else, is Tyron hits really, really hard. I think I saw some kind of infographic where he's the hardest puncher, meaning, he puts you, when he hits people, they fall down, right? Yeah. Even though he's not maybe a prolific striker where he doesn't hit a bunch, but when he does hit, when they do land, it does a lot of damage. And so that's kind of what I see happening. Maia's going to have to take a few chances. It's going to be slow, but Tyron will stalk and move forward, and Maia's going to have to engage at some point in time. And when Tyron lands those shots, it's going to be a rude awakening for Mr. Damian Maia.